Alrighty, traders. That was a short break, and I want to keep it short because we got a lot to do. I mean, we have so much to do, and um, you don't want me to sing Smokey and the Bandit right now, but I'm about ready to. I'm about ready to mutilate Smokey and the Bandits music right now, and then you guys are gonna hate me forever. So I'm gonna avoid that this morning. I'm gonna spare you guys. I'm gonna spare that. I'm gonna spare you guys today. Okay. All right. Let's go over to the euro dollar and let's start there. So I am short the euro, and I'm short right here. I mean, you know, if you guys want to know where I'm short, I'm literally short right at 114.01. It's not like um, not like I'm, you know, knocking down the doors with a huge euro dollar position right now. But what I'm going to point out a couple of things about the euro. So first of all, we're in obviously a range environment at the moment. Excuse me. Wow. Okay. We're in a range environment right at the moment, and you can you know arguably say it's between 1440 and 1340. I mean, you know, 13. I mean, I know we dipped to the 38% retracement yesterday, but you know, we're basically in this range. One of the things that happened overnight, obviously, is the big, strong move in the dollar yen provoked a stop run in the euro dollar above 114.40, which is great. I love that. I love it because this took out stops above the highs, marginal, but it did. And when you get a false breakout like that, false breakouts usually lead to breakdowns. And you can you know do it the other way around. You know, just like this, false breakdowns lead to breakouts. False breakouts lead to breakdowns, right? So I like it. I like it. The risk is right now that the euro dollar pushed the stops above the highs. Now we're going to go lower. Okay. So that makes me feel good inside, kind of that warm feeling, you know, that warm feeling like when you pee on yourself. Wait, I'm sorry. uh, I didn't mean to say that. Actually, that came out. That slipped out. That was like I don't even know how that got out there, but you don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? Okay, that's fine. So now 114.50 is key resistance. I mean, that is critical resistance. Come on, you peed on yourself before. You know, when you're in the pool, no one's looking, and then you know, no, okay, just dude, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys this funny story. So I'm sorry, that just reminds me of something that's really funny. Okay, so we were oh, I do pee inside my wetsuit. Yeah, of course. You have to, especially if you surf in California. Holy cow, peeing in your wetsuit is like nothing better than peeing in your wetsuit when you're in Southern California and it's like, you know, the water's like 55 degrees and you're just like, oh, it feels so good. Anyway, but we were in we were we were in oh, where was it? It was somewhere in Mexico. It was like Xtapa or I can't remember. It was but we were in some all-inclusive resort for like my wife and I. We had our second child. He was like 2 years old. We flew to Mexico, and we didn't have kids with us. It was just my wife and I. So we're in all this all-inclusive. It was like a dreams resort, and believe it or not, the food was great. But it was great because they had two pools. They had a big pool that was like the family pool. You know, they had kids, family, all that stuff, and then the other pool was like an adult-only pool. You know, and we were obviously in the adult-only pool, and we just sat there with. Like we end up making a lot of friends. Matter of fact, we there's some people that we even keep in touch with now. But we were there with the same group of people. We came by ourselves, but the same group of people was literally there for the same amount of days. You know, we were there for like 4 or 5 days, so we'd see them every day. And we were, you know, we get down. No one went to the beach. We just sat on the pool. We all were like parents, and we had such a great time. You know, we even drank with them later at at night. You know, most nights, and we sat there, and one day it was like the second or third day, and we were drinking all day long, because you finally got away from kids, and 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 I turned around and I said, we've been here for like 5 hours and no one has gone to the bathroom yet. And then we all admittedly said, well, you know, but it was like a joke the whole time. It's so gross. Isn't that gross? It's just sick. Okay, anyway, that was I know. So just so you guys know, if you see a bunch of adults at a pool and they're drinking all day and they're not going to the bathroom, well, you can probably safely assume that they might be peeing in the pool. I mean, it's just an assumption. Okay, so here's the cable. Yesterday was awesome. I hope you guys had a great run in that cable yesterday. I bought it at 140 something, sold it at 141 something, like 141.50. Got out before we hit that resistance. By the way, we hit that resistance after the morning edge, because we wrote this is where we were at during the morning edge. Remember, we were looking at death in the face of this big red bar, right? Yesterday. And we said, okay, this is a false breakdown below 140.50, hopefully. And if it rallies, we're going to stop at 140.70, 141.70. We stopped at 140.70 and 0.5 of a pip. Now, like I said yesterday, I don't normally pat myself on the back, but I almost broke both my arms patting myself on the back yesterday. I threw out I dislocated my shoulder from patting my own self and my own back yesterday, but that was pretty good. I mean, come on, I don't often say that, but man, that was pretty damn good. Well, the great news is today that really confirms our resistance. Okay, now the scary thing about the cable here, let me go put that in 141.70. Okay, Hey, Windsor says, I knew there's something special with these Americans. Yeah, Windsor, you're German? Listen, there was a German couple there, and they were the worst of the worst. We were drinking cocktails. They were drinking beer, and a lot of it too. This couple was putting down beer like it was like they drank like a case of beer like every day. And I was drinking, some whiskey and Cokes or whatever. And so, I mean, but this guy and gal, excuse me, man, they were putting down some serious beer. But anyway, yeah, don't put it on us Americans, man. You can't do that. That's not a fair assessment. There are people from all over the world there. Anyway, okay, so resistance is at 140 for 141.70. So we found support again at 140.50, which is interesting because if you look at this structure now, I'm a little concerned about all this. Let me delete the lines here and we'll just redraw it. Okay, so we've been talking about this inverted head and shoulder pattern for quite some time. This head and shoulder pattern is now starting to get, the right shoulder is becoming very long in the tooth. So what I mean by that is we're, from a symmetrical standpoint, we are, where's my damn pen? Here it is. From a symmetrical standpoint, we've got to really turn like today. Like we got to start making a move here in the cable. If we don't, the risk is that we're going to get a continuation pattern soon. Okay, so I'm not convinced that we're going to complete this head and shoulder pattern. I'm not convinced. I showed you a chart yesterday. Well, I didn't show you a chart. Actually, maybe I did show you a chart, but I tweeted a chart last night of this. There's a lot of liquidity that goes through the pound yen. It's a pretty liquid currency pair. It's a fan favorite amongst currency traders, right? Frankly, you look at the pound yen, and now that we've broken through this 155, there's a lot of downside here, potential. takes us into the mid 146s, mid 140, excuse me. That when I see that, the euro pound's obviously very strong too. I look at the euro dollar, and the euro dollar looks like it can roll over from current levels. I look at the cable, and I'm not convinced that we're going up here. I've played it to the upside a couple of times. I think I bought it with you guys. We bought it here. I sold it here, bought it here, sold it here, shorted here, covered here, bought down here yesterday, sold it here. Okay, we've been playing this range really well, and I have to say, the cable's been really good to me. As much as I hate the pound, it's been really good to me. Now I'm underwater in the euro pound right now, but I'm not really too worried about that because I think the euro dollar is going to break down, and I think the pound's going to break too. Does that mean I want to get short the cable right now? No, but what I'm going to mark down today is the ultimate importance of this low. I know we had support at 140.50 written down for forever. It seems like for the last couple of weeks, but I'm going to write down 140, and I'm going to tell you this: if we break 140 and we get a foothold. When I say we get a foothold below 140, that means if we sustain a break below 140 for any period of time, any long period of time, obviously I need to say long period of time. If we sustain a break below, that 140 level for 2-4 hours or so, the cable's going to be in a lot of trouble. I would venture to guess that we are heading towards the lows. Okay. So be careful with the pound here. I'm not overly excited about it right now, and I mean your risk is manageable if you want to buy the cable right now. Look here. This is a trade idea. I'm not doing it, but I'm going to give you a trade idea. You can buy the pound right now at 141 and risk down to 140. Your risk is basically 100 pips, roughly, maybe 120. Right? Your reward at this point in time is 300 pips, right? Up to here. You have a good risk reward if you want to get long the pound dollar here. You have good risk reward. I'm not sold on the idea. I'm not doing it, but I'm giving you an idea of things that you could do because your idea of the dollar can be completely different than mine. I mean, your idea, your end of the cable. I mean, you could be sitting here going, well, there's no way in God's name that the UK is going to leave the EU, and the dollar is a big piece of garbage, with flies on it. So I'm going to get long the pound dollar. I'm just looking for places to get long. Well, if that's your attitude, then this is the place to do it. Somewhere down here, right? But I'm just not sold on the idea that we are going up. That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? Because I can buy that argument. I could say, well, I think that the cable's a little oversold based on on expectations of a Brexit, and I can say that the dollar is a piece of garbage, and the dollar has been trading pretty heavy recently. So I could go with that argument. I just don't. I'm not comfortable doing it. Okay, so it's just an idea. Let's go over to the Swissy. I am long the Swissy. You know what? What do you think I love most about the Swissy? Now, if you're in the chat room, don't answer this question. What do you think I love most about the Swissy right now? While I stir my coffee and drink it. What I love most about, yes, Toblerone, correct. I love chocolate. Actually, it's that's like my wife's favorite gift. If I want to get something from my wife, I just get her one of those big Toblerone chocolate things. I love the fact that the dollar yen dumped 150 pips and the dollar Swiss didn't. That I love the most. Okay, I love the fact that the dollar yen took an absolute nosedive and the dollar Swiss didn't. Now we started to, obviously in European trade we dipped, we dipped down to 95.25 and then we bounced right back. But I love that. That's, to me, makes me feel good. It makes me feel warm inside. It makes me feel like I'm peeing in the pool again. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, but all jokes aside, I like the fact that it didn't dump with the dollar yen. That makes me feel good. Which um, uh, uh, helps me, helps me feel better about being long the dollar Swiss at this moment. All right. Now, does that mean that being the right trade is being long the dollar Swiss? No, it doesn't. But what it does is it makes me feel a little bit better about it because if the euro dollar does dip down towards 113, 112, the Swissie's probably heading back towards like 97, 98 cents. So I like that. All right, now we did put in a lower low. So we're not out of the woods yet. The dollar Swiss is still, meandering its way lower, and it doesn't look healthy. All right, I give it that much. It doesn't look great. This is a 15-minute chart, but I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of what we're dealing with here. It looks something like that. So really, the support is key down at 95.20, and resistance right now is not that 96.50 that we had written. I think resistance now is going to be right here about 96.20. We start getting above there, and we start seeing a bit of a squeeze. Sorry about that. That's what happens early in the morning. All right, so there's the Swissy. Let's go take a look at the yen. Again, I am out of my dollar yen exposure. I got limited out overnight. We had the 161% extension. I put my order below that, thinking that we're going to get an overshoot. We did. The overshoot lasted a little bit longer than I thought. 108 is now support because that's the spike low, and we set up a nice little reversal here. I mean, here, let's go over to an hourly. We set up a nice little reversal hammer. Now, how much upside can we expect here? Like I told you guys earlier, I'm only really interested now in selling the dollar yen on a rally back to 110. Does that mean we're going to 110? Hell no. That does not mean we're going back to 110. I think we'll be okay. There's a lot of new listeners that are listening in right now. If you're relatively new, you may not know that I got married in Greece. I got married in Greece in 2003. I married a half Greek woman. She's American, but she's half Greek. Her father is from Athens. We got married in Greece in 2003. We recently went back 2.5 years ago. We went back to Greece for his wedding. Matter of fact, my father-in-law's wedding. He married an American woman here, a doctor here, and just they live literally a mile away from me. But in order for me to get married in Greece, I had to be baptized Greek Orthodox because I had an actual Greek wedding. Like, we had a big fat Greek wedding. That movie came out a year before we got married in Greece. Now, in order to get married in Greece, I had to become Greek Orthodox. So I spent a lot of time in Greek Orthodox church. I had to spend like a good 1.5 years there, really studying and learning about the church. And so I know exactly how a Greek church sounds. So when I'm trading, I try to listen for the Greek gods to sing before I trade. And so if you've never heard them sing, I want to tell you what it sounds like, because if we rally in the dollar yen to 110, to me, that's like the Greek gods singing to me. Like, sounds kind of like this. Oh, the dollar yen rallied to 110 and it looks like a good short. We rallied to 110 and you should get short up here. Yeah, that's what it would sound like. So I I'm gonna err on the way of caution. I'm gonna wait to hear the gods singing to me rather than me sing like the gods. Well, I just tried to sing like the gods and didn't do too well. But anyway, so I'm waiting for a move up to 110. Now, does that mean that we're gonna get all the way up there? Oh, Patrick said I forgot the crackle. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. All right. So anyway, I don't know if we're going to get all the way up there, but if we can, let's see where some like decent fibs are. Like if you take the high from where the move started overnight and to the low, the 618 comes in around 109.20. You see that spike low that comes in 109.33. This could give you a decent opportunity right here to be on the short side today, maybe up towards 109.20. All right, I'm gonna write that down. I don't. I'd have to. I think I have to see 110 in order to get short, but we may not see it. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter is we may just not see it. You know. But if we get up to 109.20, that is a 618 or very close to. You know, previous support comes in at 109.30, so somewhere up there should offer some resistance if you guys are really looking to get in some day trades. Oh, go euro dollar, you dump girl. Yeah, you go dump. All right, support 108, and that's going to be key because if we break 108, there's going to be a poop storm arising. If we break through 108, my assumption is if we break through 108, the S&P is breaking down. Yeah, I mean, you can already see the S&P breaking down right now. But if we break 108, my assumption is the S&P is breaking through this 2035. Got it? Got it? Good. Okay. I'll be back in a shoot. I almost real. All right. Let's do the Canadian really quick. I want to do that real fast. All right. So the Canadian. I am long the dollar Canadian. I'm still long. My cost average is 130.98, and I'm still long. I have not stopped being long. But let's delete this really fast. Drawing, remove. There we go. Okay. This is an hourly. That's a 50%. That's pretty key support. Key support's 130. I'll do the longer term stuff here in just a second. But I have something I need to do because I need to check something. Okay. Interesting. I don't think it's an expanding wedge like this. I don't think it is, but it could be. They're not that common. Okay, hold on. Let's go to a 4-hour chart really fast. I don't like working my way inside out, working an hourly chart out to a daily, but I just did. It's usually not the right way to do it, but see, man, I'll tell you, look at this. Damn it. This is very, very clear to me. All right, so here's your 4-hour, right? See that trend? Okay, highlight. Respect, respect, respect. Not only that, look at that freaking hammer. Look at that thing. Like, boom, look at that. I missed it. I was obviously sleeping at the wheel. Well, I was actually sleeping for real at the wheel. Get it? No, I was sleeping. I was actually sound asleep. So I missed that hammer, but man, bam, look at that son of a gun, huh? All right. Well, I wouldn't want to stand in front of that right now. 131, maybe 131.80, 131.75, which is the 786. That should cap us today. I'm going to put us in a range. I know I've had us in a bearish trend, and if you don't know why, I've had us in a bearish trend because we've been below this trend line here, which it is significant. So I don't want to take away the significance of this trend line here. That's why we've been in a bearish trend. But I really this action down here on the daily chart is really pretty bullish. Okay. JT asked if is that false breakdown? Is that a false breakdown from last night? Yeah, it was. I mean, you look, we cracked through support, created a hammer, and now it's up in your grill, sucker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you're short in European trade, you're going, damn, sucker. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm gonna put you guys on break. See, I need more coffee. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. I want to welcome you all back. We gotta get moving and grooving here. And gosh, is anybody else short the euro with me? I mean, it just literally dropped as as we're speaking. I mean, I'm keeping my euro short, but you guys understand why I'm short, right? Okay. Anders he says thank you. Yeah, cool. Frederick said, yeah, I was short, but added when you did. Michael W. short. Walter short the euro pound. Good. The euro pound is, just so you all know, the euro pound at 81 pence. It got up here a little quick, but man, that's like the trade that that's the trade I've been waiting for 6 months. To get up above 80 pence. So of course I'm short. And I plan on staying short that way. Primlotha is short the euro. Jose is. David is. Kevin is. Christos is. Derek is. Good. Derek Nick says short one from 114.48 overnight and added below 114. Nice, Nick. Damn, that's some good prices right there. China is, I did take some profits though. Alan F did. Gary short the euro pound. Bill short both the euro and euro pound. Kozman short the euro pound from 81 pence. Now that's good. Ibrahim added euro short when you mentioned you shorted this morning. Mirko short the euro as well. Sean short some euro. Sean's with me. He's long the dollar Swiss too. So that's great. Okay. Like I said, the risk in the euro dollar right now is that we popped those highs, triggered some stops, and so if we can break through this 113.30, 113, 25, that's gonna put the downside pressure on the euro. Pretty good downside pressure on the euro, I suspect. Okay, let's go over to the good job, guys. Let's go over to the Kiwi. So here's the Kiwi. Kiwi's it's been a real chop fest. I really am not excited about the Kiwi dollar at all. I mean, at all. Yeah, I'm long the Aussie New Zealand. As frustrating as it is, I'm still long. But as far as the Kiwi dollar goes, I don't know what to do with it. It's in this up channel. You can see it here. It's extremely choppy. Hold on really fast. You know what we might have here? Bear with me really quick. Bum, bum, bum. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah. Wait, hold on. Wah, wah, wah. Where's that spike low? Okay, it is right there. Okay. So, well, shiver me timbers. Looky here what we got here. We may have ourselves a little flag pattern. What the? Stop it. Thank you. Okay. Oh yeah, because that hourly actually did form on a couple of data points right there. See, you got two. I was thinking we only would have one, but we got two. We've got two. That's good. That's good. That makes me really want to short the Kiwi right now. Um, Crap. All right. Well, I'm going to start. Shorted a little bit of Kiwi here at 67.89. Um, I'm shorting a little bit right now because if the euro dollar breaks down, it's just going to drag everything with it. Um, because if that's not what I wanted. I want the blue line. Give me the blue line. No, damn it. No, no. All right, fine. Here, I'll just move this over here. It's a pain in the ass. All right, so copy, paste. Let me do this. Okay, so that could take us down to the channel lows, maybe a little bit beyond the channel lows. It'll take us down to at least this support, right? Right through here. Screw that, we don't need that. Okay, so key support today comes in at 67.58. So 67, what is it? 60? 67.60? Yeah, 67.60. That is key support right now. Okay. If that breaks, then we should gun for the lows here. This is probably going to have more to do with equities than anything. You know, it's probably going to have more to do with equities, but I like how we're holding down here. So I shorted. I'm only in a half size position anyway. Wait, did it not short? Hold on. Why didn't it short? All right, I'm shorting now. What the hell? Hold on really quick. Something's up with my trade system. Bear with me. It didn't update my position there. I'll make sure I got it going. I don't know what's up with that. Hold on. All right, I am. Why is it not triggering? Why? Excuse me 1 second. Stand by. Interesting. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. All right. Short a little Kiwi here. All right. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So I shorted a little bit at 92.50. Okay. All right. Now, this is going to be support. Resistance is now, well, you got to take well, I would say those highs. 68.60. Hold on really quick. I'm sorry. I'm getting pinged by Kip too, so stand by. All right. Let's go to yeah, Michael said I have had the not triggered, had to close Trade King and reopen. Yeah, I had to do the same thing. Okay. Let's go over to, this is still range. Sorry guys, sorry for the delay. I got to get this stuff done before we finish here, before the numbers. So here's the Aussie. I'm going to cruise through this really quick. Aussie came under a lot of pressure. $0.75. So it's going to be really key support here. 75.10. Resistance is going to be, oh, this is a mess. Let me remove that really quick. $618, which is going to be, you know, it's like you don't really want to short it ahead of this big, you know, this big support here, but there's more support down here. I mean, you know, the reason why this is such a big deal down here is because if we break through 75.10, that support right there, it creates a lower low, and that's the problem. And we haven't had a lower low, but see how we're making lower highs now. So this is 76.40. That is resistance. Let's see. I'm going to keep it at, well, it's still, actually, it's still bullish. I mean, we're still bullish. All right. I got to read something really quick. This comes from Granny Big Pip. She goes, Blake, yesterday I got a message from another WiseTrade customer. He has been in contact with Brandon Peak at Trade King. Mr. Peak told him that Trade King has no plans to integrate trading into WiseTrade Forex, Command Trade, or Command Trade FX. This is very discouraging after being told for months by WiseTrade they would eventually integrate the software. I'm sure I'm like a lot of other Wise traders that we paid thousands for our software and thousands of monthly fees. It's just so disappointing. You know, Granny, this situation is beyond my control. I found out about the acquisition the day that it happened. It's disappointing to me too. I'm sorry. I don't really, I mean, I don't have, I, when we were just WiseTrade, I had more, uh, I had more say, but yeah, now I'm kind of like, you know, like I said, I just found out about the Ally Financial acquisition the day it happened. So, wish I could do more, Granny. Wish I could. I'm with you. We're in the same boat. Dollar index. Here's the dollar index, and the dollar index descending wedge. We hit the wedge bottom and bounced pretty good. So that means that now 95.10 is going to be really key resistance. Okay. 95. Let's see what this resistance is here. 95.10 be resistance, and support is obviously is critical at 94. We're in a descending wedge, which now puts the risk that we're going to break higher. Okay, we are in a range. Whoops, we're in a range, but whoops, let's go this chart. We're in a range, but we're at the lower end of our range. I don't know if you want to get caught short the dollar down here. All right, let's take a look at the peso. Above 18, that's the risk. It's just like yesterday. If we bust through that 18, sayonara, this market is going to be in really big trouble, okay? Support, 1750 is what we wrote down yesterday. We're not even dipping down to those areas. The dips are very, very shallow in the peso. What does that tell you? That tells you this thing's bullish right now. The dips are extremely shallow. 1760 support. I would not want to be short the peso. I'm long, but I'm just saying if I was short, I'd be very nervous. Let's go over to the oh, we're right here. Here's the Norwegian krona. You know, I haven't been in this Norwegian krona is not enticing to me at the moment. We're at the 786 retracement, but you know, if crude continues to weaken, that's going to put the US dollar Norwegian krona higher. With the euro dollar trading so heavy, that could put it higher. I don't know if there's anything to really do with that. It's like it's stuck in like a bunch of cross currents. Swedish krona, I traded this to the long side two days ago, and I made just a couple hundred pips, which isn't very much. I mean, it's like the equivalent of making 30 pips in the euro. It wasn't anything, you know, to write home about. I bought it and then I sold it like right here, just made a little bit of money. All I know is we're really near longer term support, but unless the euro really rolls over, I don't see any reason. I wouldn't want to be short down here, but then again, I'm not seeing like any huge reason that I should be a buyer either. Okay. All right, guys. This is your bias chart. I'm going to take a bit of a break. When I come back, we'll come back for the data, so don't go anywhere. Got a lot going on. Thanks.